Remember when Sara Lee meant home-style quality and Bluebell was just good Texas ice cream? While you were busy living your life, one of these companies racked up a body count and the other started selling soup in pie tins. The shocking reality is over 54% of customers give certain frozen desserts just 1 star on review sites. We're talking about products so bad that more than half the people who bought them felt compelled to warn others. Meanwhile, some companies are quietly making frozen desserts so good they'll ruin you for everything else. Today we're exposing the 5 frozen dessert disasters you need to avoid and revealing the 5 hidden gems actually worth your freezer space. Because your dessert shouldn't be a gamble with your taste buds or your money. First up, the villains of the frozen dessert aisle. Sara Lee wants you to believe they're the wholesome American bakery bringing home-style goodness to your freezer. Their marketing is all warm kitchens and family traditions, complete with that folksy script logo that screams just like Grandma made. Reality tells a different story. This pumpkin pie is such a disaster that Sara Lee devotes half their package directions to explaining why it won't work properly. When a company has to write a disclaimer about their own product's fundamental failure, that should tell you everything. The filling doesn't set. It stays liquid like soup. One Reddit reviewer called it a goopy, soupy mess, and they're being generous. The pumpkin flavor gets completely drowned out by overpowering cloves and nutmeg, creating a spice bomb that tastes more like potpourri than pie. Amazon and Walmart reviews consistently complain about the liquid center and cardboard crust. Sara Lee is banking on nostalgia and brand recognition to sell you what amounts to pumpkin-flavored disappointment in a pie tin. They know most people won't return a $6 pie, so they keep churning out this mess while counting on their reputation to carry them through. This isn't just bad pie, it's a betrayal of everything pie should be. When you're craving comfort food and get liquid filling instead, that's not a quality control issue, that's systematic negligence. Trader Joe's has mastered the art of making shoppers feel smart and sophisticated about their food choices. Their frozen lemon bars come with all the usual Trader Joe's marketing magic. Artisanal this, European-inspired that, carefully curated for your refined palate. What actually happens when you bite into these bars is a masterclass in how to ruin a classic dessert. The overwhelming eggy flavor hits you first, followed by a thin, flavorless shortbread crust that can't balance out the dense custard-heavy filling. Multiple reviewers mention a strange chemical aftertaste that lingers long after you've given up trying to enjoy them. When 17 Trader Joe's frozen desserts were ranked, these landed dead last. That's not just losing to premium competitors, that's losing to everything else in their own freezer section. The portion sizes are laughably small too, with one Reddit user comparing them to a Costco sample. Trader Joe's is exploiting their reputation for unique, quality products to sell you overpriced lemon bars that taste like someone forgot how to make lemon bars. They're betting you'll assume it's your palate that's wrong, not their product. The truth is, you're genuinely better off making lemon bars from scratch or buying literally any other brand. When Trader Joe's fails at a basic dessert this badly, it's time to question their frozen dessert game entirely. Bluebell wants you to believe they're the wholesome Texas tradition, the little creamery in Brenham, that's been churning out pure American goodness since 1907. Their marketing is all small-town values and family recipes, complete with that folksy country store aesthetic. Meanwhile, Bluebell has a body count. In 2015, a listeria outbreak linked to their products killed 3 people and hospitalized 10 others. 3 people died from eating ice cream. Let that sink in. The company paid over $19 million in criminal penalties for knowingly shipping contaminated products. This wasn't an accident. Internal documents showed they knew about contamination issues and shipped the products anyway. They literally chose profits over human lives. But in August 2025, they issued another recall for mislabeled containers that failed to declare tree nut allergens. So even when they're not killing people with listeria, they're still putting customers at risk through basic labeling failures. Bluebell is trading on nostalgia and regional loyalty to sell you ice cream from a company with a proven track record of putting profits before safety. They're banking on Texan pride and childhood memories to make you forget about those 3 dead customers. When a company has killed people and keeps having safety issues, maybe it's time to find a new favorite ice cream. Your sweet tooth isn't worth gambling with your life. Hannerford's Taste of Inspirations brand positions itself as premium store brand quality at accessible prices. These chocolate lava cakes promise restaurant-quality indulgence you can make at home. Rich chocolate cake with a molten center, just like the fancy places. What you actually get is a masterclass in how to ruin both chocolate and the concept of lava cake. Instead of rich, sophisticated chocolate flavor, these taste like cheap, chalky, hot chocolate mix. The cake crumb is disappointingly dry, which is literally the opposite of what lava cake should be. But the real disaster is in the execution. You're supposed to microwave the cake in its plastic tin, but the cake sticks to the tin during heating. When you try to remove it, the whole thing falls apart. Cake breaks in half, gooey chocolate spills everywhere, and half your dessert is still glued to the plastic container. In a ranking of 6 store-bought frozen lava cakes, these earned dead last for good reason. They don't just fail as dessert, they fail as basic food engineering. You end up with a mess instead of a meal. Hannerford is exploiting the lava cake trend to sell you something that fundamentally doesn't work. They're betting you'll blame yourself for the failure instead of questioning why they're selling broken food. For lava cakes that actually work, stick with Trader Joe's or Aldi's versions. At least those understand that dessert shouldn't require a cleanup crew. Walmart's Great Value brand promises exactly what the name suggests: great value for your money. Their whipped cheesecake comes with all the usual Walmart messaging about saving money without sacrificing quality, bringing you dessert that tastes expensive but costs less. This is the frozen dessert disaster that defines rock bottom. Over 54% of customer reviews on Walmart's own website give it just 1 star. When more than half your customers hate your product enough to warn others, that's not a quality control issue. That's systematic failure. The cheesecake doesn't taste like cheesecake at all. Customers report it tastes like sweetened whipped cream with 0 cream cheese flavor. The filling is impossibly loose and melty, resembling straight whipped cream rather than proper cheesecake texture. It's like someone described cheesecake to someone who had never eaten cheesecake, and they tried to recreate it from memory. The crust manages to be the complete opposite problem: hard, thick, and unpleasant to eat. So you get soup on top of cardboard, which is quite an achievement in terrible food engineering. But here's the truly sinister part. After thawing in the fridge, customers discover a pool of thick, slimy liquid at the bottom. One reviewer called it a soggy disaster. Multiple buyers threw the entire cake away rather than serve it to their families. Walmart is exploiting price-conscious shoppers by selling them something that isn't actually food. They're banking on the fact that most people won't return a $4 cake, even when it's completely inedible. This isn't just bad cheesecake, it's a scam disguised as dessert. Time to cleanse your palate. Some companies are actually doing frozen desserts right. And if you're as curious as we are, smash that subscribe button, because apparently that's how we measure our self-worth these days. What makes Klondike different is their refusal to mess with perfection. While other companies are cutting costs and degrading quality, Klondike has maintained the exact same formula that made them famous. They use real ice cream, not frozen dairy dessert like so many competitors, and their quality control is genuinely impressive. The original Klondike bar remains 100% perfect according to taste testers, and there's a reason for that consistency. The vanilla ice cream inside is surprisingly light and creamy, melting like a cloud in your mouth. The signature chocolate coating is thin and crispy like a sheet of chocolate glass, providing the perfect textural contrast. What they're not doing is the usual corporate cost-cutting BS. No artificial fillers, No frozen dairy dessert substitutions. No shrinking the bars while keeping the same price. They understand that their reputation depends on delivering the exact same experience every single time. At around $4 to $5 for a box, they offer genuine value for a classic treat. The mint chocolate chip variety is equally impressive, with perfect texture and subtle mint flavor that doesn't overpower the ice cream. Klondike proves that you can maintain quality and consistency without breaking the bank. This is how frozen desserts should work: honest ingredients, fair pricing, and respect for the customer's expectations. Aldi operates on a completely different business model than traditional grocery chains, and it shows in their premium ice cream line. They're not trying to maximize profit margins on every product. They're trying to build customer loyalty through genuine quality at unbeatable prices. This vanilla ice cream contains only 5 ingredients: cream, skim milk, sugar, egg yolks, and vanilla extract. That's it. No stabilizers, no artificial flavors, no corporate chemistry experiments. It's dense, rich, custardy, and oh so smooth, comparable to Hagen-Dazs quality at less than half the price. A 38-ounce carton costs around $5.98, which works out to about 16 cents per ounce compared to Hagen-Dazs at 39 cents. You're getting premium quality at budget prices because Aldi's business model allows them to prioritize value over profit maximization. The vanilla flavor is prominent without being cloying, and the texture is exceptional. Reddit users consistently rave that once you have tried Aldi's premium ice cream, no others compare. That's not marketing hype. That's earned reputation through consistent quality. What Aldi isn't doing is the usual grocery store markup game. They're not exploiting brand loyalty or premium positioning to charge premium prices for mediocre products. They're delivering actual premium quality at prices that make sense. This is the best-kept secret in the freezer aisle, and it proves that great ice cream doesn't have to cost a fortune. Edwards operates as a genuine premium pie company, not a corporate food manufacturer trying to maximize profits through cost-cutting. They're family-owned, focused on quality, and their track record speaks for itself. These pies consistently win taste tests and customer loyalty. Their key lime pie scored 88 out of 100 points in a frozen pie competition, with judges praising the cheesecake-like filling and buttery graham cracker crust. The chocolate creme pie features luscious layers of chocolate and vanilla, filling with chocolate drizzle and whipped creme rosettes that actually look like the package photos. What sets Edwards apart is their commitment to real ingredients and honest business practices. No high fructose corn syrup, no artificial dyes, no corporate shortcuts that sacrifice quality for profit margins. They understand that their reputation depends on delivering consistently excellent pies. The quality control is genuinely impressive. These pies look as good as the packaging promises, which is rare in the frozen dessert world. Simply thaw and serve for an impressive dessert that tastes homemade without the time investment. Edwards proves that premium pricing can be justified when you're actually delivering premium quality. At $7 to $12, depending on variety, you're paying for genuine craftsmanship and quality ingredients, not marketing budgets and corporate profit margins. This is how the frozen pie business should work: honest ingredients, fair pricing, and respect for both the product and the customer. Hagen-Dazs has maintained their premium positioning through actual premium quality, not just premium marketing. While other brands have quietly degraded their formulations to cut costs, Hagen-Dazs has stuck with their original approach: simple, high-quality ingredients prepared with genuine craftsmanship. Made with 16% butterfat compared to the standard 10%, it delivers exceptional richness and creaminess that you can actually taste. The double Belgian chocolate chip earned the #1 spot in taste tests for its perfect distribution of chocolate flecks throughout an intensely chocolatey base. Their vanilla consistently rates as one of the best vanilla ice creams available, with a deep, milky flavor and smooth texture that comes from using real vanilla and quality dairy. The ingredient list is refreshingly simple: cream, milk, sugar, egg yolks, vanilla. No corporate chemistry, no cost-cutting substitutions. What Hagen-Dazs isn't doing is the usual premium brand bait and switch. They're not trading on past reputation while quietly degrading quality. They're not exploiting brand loyalty to sell inferior products at premium prices. At $5 to $7 per pint, you're paying more than budget options, but you're getting genuine super premium quality that justifies the price. This is what premium ice cream should be: honest ingredients, superior craftsmanship, and consistent quality that earns customer loyalty rather than exploiting it. Hagen-Dazs proves that some companies still understand the difference between premium pricing and premium quality. Marie Callenders operates with a completely different philosophy than most frozen food companies. They're not trying to maximize profits through cost-cutting and corner-cutting. They're trying to deliver restaurant-quality pies that actually taste homemade. This Dutch apple pie took the #1 spot as the best frozen apple pie in multiple taste tests, and there's a specific reason why. The separate bag of streusel topping you add after baking gives you an abundance of sweet, crunchy goodness that most frozen pies can't match. The filling is packed with real apples that remain crisp even after baking, a rare achievement in frozen pies where most apples turn to mush. The buttery crust and balanced spicing make it taste remarkably close to homemade, which is exactly what they're trying to achieve. What Marie Callenders isn't doing is the usual frozen food shortcuts: no artificial apple flavoring, no corn syrup fillers, no cardboard crusts. They understand that their reputation depends on delivering pies that actually taste like pies. At around $10, it offers tremendous value and convenience for those moments when you need an impressive dessert fast. Reviewers consistently say it would be their go-to for picnics and gatherings, because it tastes like you actually baked it yourself. This is the frozen pie that will make your guests think you spent hours in the kitchen, and it proves that frozen desserts can be genuinely excellent when companies prioritize quality over profit margins. The frozen dessert aisle is a battlefield between companies that respect you and companies that exploit you. Your wallet is your weapon, and every purchase is a vote for the kind of food industry you want to support. Choose the companies doing it right. The ones using real ingredients, maintaining quality standards, and treating customers like human beings instead of profit opportunities. Avoid the corporate scammers selling you disappointment disguised as dessert. Your taste buds and your money deserve better than liquid pie filling and fake cheesecake. Demand actual quality and reward the companies delivering it. Hit subscribe if you want more truth about what's really in your freezer, and drop a comment about the worst frozen dessert disaster you've ever encountered. Until next time, keep eating smart and keep fighting the good fight against corporate food BS.